Hey guys, thanks for tuning in again. My name is Kanad and today we're going to talk about dynamics. Now, when it comes to guitar playing, I think that dynamics is the most important thing that is often overlooked. For example, no one wants to hear someone play like this. Now, if you only add some dynamics to even a simple pentatonic lick, it sounds much more pleasing to the ear and it sounds much more musical. For example, like this. Before we dive into dynamics, there are a couple of things that I want you to consider. First one is the setup on your guitar. So if your action on the guitar is very high, you're going to have a lot of trouble fretting the notes and you're not going to be able to think about dynamics and note choices and all that. So just make sure your guitar is set up. You can send it to your luthier or you can just search online on YouTube. There's plenty of videos that show you how to set up your guitar. And trust me, it's very easy to set it to your taste. If I can do it, you can do it. Second thing that it's worth mentioning is the gauge of strings that you're using and the pick size. So my preferred gauge of strings is 11s. I used to be a 10s guy, but when I started recording these videos, I noticed that I was pulling chords out of tune, so I thought I'll give 11s a shot. And yeah, so they work perfectly for me. They're not that heavy, they're not that slinky, they're perfect. For picks, I used to use regular Dunlop picks. They were like 0.88, but for the past month or so I'm playing with this pick. It's a Dunlop Primetone 1.5 triangle pick and it's a bit heavier, but I figured that if the pick is heavier you have a lot more control over your dynamics, and I'm totally a freak about dynamics, so this pick really works very well for dynamics. Last but not least, a very important part is setting up your amp and setting up your tone for a great dynamic sound. So I was watching a video by Tim Pierce and he was explaining how to get a bigger dynamic range, and he set up his Park amp to close the edge of breakup, and then he pushed the amp a little bit with a micro amp pedal. By doing that, he gets these awesome clean tones that are big just by playing softly on the guitar and letting the amp do the work. He calls these bloomy notes. So I tried to recreate that in the HX Stomp, and yes, a digital modeler can do that. If you want more information about that, you can check my latest video. I'll link it under the description. So in the signal chain, I have a boost, and I have the amp set up to edge of breakup. It's a SE245 model and a touch of reverb. So if I really dig in, it sounds something like this. But if I soften my pick and go to the neck pickup, it sounds like this. So you can get a very, very large spectrum of tones just by using your fingers and just by using your touch to control the gain. Dynamics is a very broad topic, but if you're starting out, just play some simple lines that you're familiar with and just try to hit the note in a different way with using your pick. For example, something like this. It sounds much more musical and much more interesting if you incorporate techniques like this. So picking differently, and even if you pick closer to the bridge, it's going to give you a whole other tone. For example, Kirk Fletcher is very known for using that, and it sounds something like this. Now you can stay on the bridge pickup, move your hand closer to the neck and pick softly, and you're going to see that the tone is going to get much more mellower. Take a look at this. Now the thing about guitar is that it's a very expressive instrument, and we should take advantage of that and really hone into like playing with dynamics and actually utilizing everything that the guitar has to offer. So that's why I think that this is a very, very important part of guitar playing. So to sum it all up, grab your guitar, set your amp to a comfortable volume level where you can get a lot of dynamics, and just play closer to the bridge, play closer to the neck, hit some notes harder, hit some notes softer. And for example, we tend to hit hard on bends, but try to change that and see what that makes you feel and how that sounds. So for example, we all know this, but just try picking that softly and see how that sounds. So that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you got something out of the video, please consider subscribing and liking the video and sharing it with a friend. There's going to be a link under the description for HX Stomp users where you can download today's preset. And if you want me to touch upon another subject, please let me know under the comment section down below. Again, please consider subscribing because my goal for this year is to reach 1,000 subscribers. And again, I can't do that without you guys. Thank you very much for watching and have a great one. Bye-bye.